Welcome to Sasha Crochet. In this demonstration, I will be showing you how I crochet the triple thermal stitch. Please hit the like button and subscribe. If you're new here, check out the other videos. Make sure you hit your notification bell so you don't miss our weekly posts. Now let's get started. So I have 20 chains that I've already worked up, and we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and in the 5th chain we're going to start our treble crochet. If you're not familiar with the treble crochet, I have a few videos on it. One specifically, it's a short simple video. You should check it out. So we put our triple in our 5th chain from the hook, and now we're going to put a triple in each chain all the way to the end of this row. So I got my row of treble crochets complete. It's at this point where I want to chain 4 at the end, turn my work, yarn over twice, and it's where I'll go in. So I'll go into this skip loop where I didn't put in anything here, back loop only. Same thing at the bottom here, into the chain. Okay, you want to go into the chain. The chain is pretty tight now. Pull through both of those. You should have 4 loops on because we're doing a triple crochet. In that back loop, those back 2 loops of that last row. Let's do it again. The next back loop. Go into the very next space, not into the same space, but the very next space to it. Pull up a loop and go ahead and go into your triple crochet. Yarning over twice. Going into that back loop on the top and bottom of that last stitch. Pulling up a loop, yarning over, going into that triple crochet. You repeat this across this second row. I'll do one more with you. Go into that back loop, top and bottom, pulling through a loop, treble crochet. Go ahead and complete this all the way to the end of the row and meet me back when you have this row completed. This row 3 will be the row that you repeat if you want to continue with this pattern. So in row 3, it's the same thing that you just did. I've yarned over twice. I'm going into that back loop there, and in the bottom, that's that row we just completed, going into that first back loop, which is here. Make sure you get it off of the corner so you don't run out of loops when you get to the end of this row. It reminds me of almost like a little pocket or something as it's starting to form. yarn over twice, go into the top loop, the back loop, as well as the bottom loop of the last stitch the last row you just completed, pulling through, yarning over to make a triple. It's fairly easy to follow. Just remember to look at what you're doing. And the stitches really jump out at you on this pattern. It's a really thick pattern. It's an unusual, unique stitch. I've rarely used it. I've crocheted a few dish towels with this pattern. Let me know in the comment box if you're familiar with this pattern, if you've ever worked it before, or if you have any suggestions or would like to see this pattern again. You just carry on with this across this row and the rest of your rows as you crochet. It'll build up a pretty nice thick piece. And here's what it looks like when it's complete. It's a pretty thick, dense pattern. It's fairly thick. If I had to gauge it, I would say it's about 1/4 of an inch. I like it. I will use it again, maybe on a scarf or on a shawl. I think it worked out pretty fast. It's pretty. As usual, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye. And here's what it looks like when it's complete. It's a pretty thick, dense pattern. It's fairly thick. If I had to gauge it, I would say it's about 1/4 of an inch. I like it. I will use it again, maybe on a scarf or on a shawl. I think it worked out pretty fast. It's pretty. As usual, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.